Tonight, let us drift gently into the mysteries of the afterlife, where ancient teachings tell of divine justice and the paths souls take beyond this world. These stories, though centered on punishment, are not meant to frighten, but to soothe the mind by revealing the quiet balance of life and the universe. Across deserts, rivers, and celestial realms, spirits journey through lessons of consequence and reflection. Soft winds carry these stories, showing us that even in divine correction, there is order, wisdom, and a kind of serene inevitability. As your body relaxes and your breath slows, imagine the gentle glow of otherworldly light guiding wandering souls. Here, every tale whispers a lesson, and every punishment is tempered by the calm understanding that the universe itself moves with perfect harmony. If these stories calm your spirit tonight, comment below where you're listening from, or subscribe to join more nights of gentle, peaceful reflections. The night is gentle, the air is still, and in the quiet, you drift once more into a sacred dream. The world before you is hushed, as though wrapped in a soft blanket of silence. The sky above glows with silver light, where stars seem not far away, but near, like candles placed carefully upon a vast, dark sea. The horizon is wide, and from its edge a river flows. This is no ordinary river. It is the river of silent reckoning. The water does not roar. It does not tumble or crash. It moves with patience, like a breath stretched into eternity. Its surface shines like glass, carrying the reflection of every star, every moon, every memory. When you look upon it, you feel as if it knows you, every step you have taken, every word you have spoken, every thought that has passed quietly through your heart. Here in this sacred space, nothing is hidden. Nothing is judged harshly. It is simply remembered. The river gathers all that life has poured into it. Every kindness drifts like a soft petal upon the surface. Every wound inflicted or received sinks beneath, not lost but held. The river is balance. The river is truth. You stand at its edge, listening to the stillness. Somewhere in the distance, a low drum echoes, slow and deep, like the heartbeat of the earth. A wind, cool and soft, touches your face. The scent of water lilies floats in the air. And then you step forward. The current accepts you without question. It carries you as though it has been waiting all this time. You drift upon the surface, lying in the cradle of its calm flow. Your body feels weightless, and the worries of waking life fall away, sinking behind you like leaves released into autumn streams. The river of silent reckoning does not rush. It moves in its own ancient rhythm. And as you float, the water begins to show you visions. At first they are soft, like ripples upon glass. The face of a stranger you once smiled at when they needed kindness. The hand of a friend you once held when they felt alone. The laughter of a child you once comforted when tears filled their eyes. These moments rise like golden lights upon the water's surface. The river does not speak, yet you understand. Every gentle action has weight. Every small kindness leaves a trace. The current carries you onward. And now other shapes appear, not of joy but of sorrow. A word spoken in anger. A door left closed to someone in need. A silence where comfort might have been. The river shows these, too, yet not as punishment, only as truth. They shimmer faintly like distant shadows, reminding you of the paths not taken, the choices left behind. Still, the river is not cruel. It does not strike or accuse. It simply reflects. It shows what has been. For this is the balance of life, the weaving of light and shadow, kindness and mistake, each thread part of the same great tapestry. You drift deeper into its embrace. Above you, the sky changes. The stars turn slowly, as though following the river's current. Their light falls upon you like silver rain. And in that light, you feel no fear. Only stillness. Only peace. The water now begins to hum, as if the river itself is singing. Its voice is not one of words, but of tone. A low, soothing note that seems to come from the very bones of the world. It vibrates gently through your body, through your heart, through your breath. And you realize, this river does not only carry memory, it also carries healing. Every wound you once held, every regret that weighed upon you, is washed gently by its song. The sharp edges soften. The heaviness lightens. The river remembers, but it also forgives. Not by forgetting, but by folding each story into wholeness. Now as you float, you see other souls in the distance. They too drift upon the water, carried by the same current. Some move beside you. Some move far ahead. Some are just beginning their journey. Each one is held by the same silence, the same balance. And in this you understand, no one drifts alone. The river bends and its banks widen. You pass through groves of tall reeds, their tips whispering as the wind brushes against them. The reeds bend toward the water, as if listening to the quiet confessions it holds. Lanterns float upon the surface, placed there by hands unseen. They glow with soft, golden fire, each one a prayer, each one a hope, each one a memory offered to the flow. The river carries you past them, and their light falls upon your face. Warmth surrounds you, tender and timeless. The lanterns do not ask where you have been. They do not ask who you are. They only shine, as if to remind you that every life has its light. The current deepens. The visions soften, and the sound of the river becomes slower, gentler, like the fading rhythm of a lullaby. You feel your body sinking into rest. You feel your breath merging with the quiet around you. The water no longer shows images. It shows only stillness. Here, the river of silent reckoning carries you into its heart. No memories rise. No shadows fall. Only the silence remains, vast, eternal, endless. You float in this stillness, knowing that all has been seen, all has been remembered, all has been balanced. Above you, the stars bright, then fade, like candles gently being blown out one by one. The sky grows darker, softer, deeper. And in that darkness you rest. The river carries you onward, though you no longer feel the movement. It is as if time itself has slowed, as if the current has laid you down upon the shore of sleep. And so, with eyes closed and heart calm, you drift. You drift through silence. You drift through peace. You drift through the gentle current of a river that holds all things in balance. Now rest, as the stars return to their hidden places. Now rest, as the lanterns fade into memory. Now rest, as the river of silent reckoning carries you deeper into the quiet night. Let the water hold you. Let the silence cradle you. Let your spirit drift onward into dreams. The night has deepened. The sky is wrapped in velvet dark, sprinkled with countless stars. A silence rests over the earth, as though every sound has folded itself into stillness. And in this silence, you enter a new place. A place where fire glows, not with fear but with gentle light. Before you rises a circle of flame. The fire does not roar. It does not consume. It flickers softly, like candles placed in an endless ring. Their glow touches the air with warmth, painting the shadows in shades of gold. The ground is cool beneath you, yet the fire holds you in comfort, like a blanket wrapped around the heart. You take a breath. The flames breathe with you, bending and rising in rhythm with your chest. The light does not blind. It does not burn. It reveals. Long ago, the ancients told of fire as both gift and teacher. It was said to belong to the heavens, carried down to earth as a sign of love, to warm the body, to guide the traveler, to purify what is unclean. And here in this sacred dream, you see the fire not as punishment, but as healing. It shows what lies hidden. It brings forward what is true. You sit beside the circle, and the flames begin to move. They sway like dancers, each spark a note in a silent song. You watch as the fire curls upward, carrying images within its glow. First, you see your joys. Moments of laughter, the warmth of a friend's hand, the comfort of shelter on a stormy day, the taste of food shared with others. The fire holds these memories, and they shine like embers, reminding you of the love you have known. Then the flames shift. They glow a little deeper, a little darker. You see the shadows of your mistakes, times of anger, times of fear, times when your heart closed instead of opening. The fire shows them clearly, but without cruelty. It does not accuse. It does not wound. It only reveals so that you may understand. The ancients believed that true fire does not destroy. It clears. It transforms. It turns what is heavy into smoke that rises toward the stars. And as you watch, the flames gather your shadows and lift them upward, turning them into sparks of light. They drift into the night sky and disappear among the stars. The warmth grows softer. You feel your heart light. The fire does not leave you empty. It fills you with clarity, as though a window has been opened in your soul. Now the circle of flames begins to change. They form pathways that stretch outward, like roads made of light. Some roads glow bright, easy to see. Others are dim, winding into the distance. The fire whispers, not with words but with presence, that each flame marks a choice. Each choice shapes the heart, and each heart is shaped into light. You drift closer to the fire. The glow reflects in your eyes. The warmth soaks into your chest, and with it comes the memory of all who walked before you. Countless souls sat before fires such as this, in temples, in deserts, in quiet homes beneath the stars. They too searched for meaning. They too looked upon the light and found wisdom. The flames now soften again. They curl downward, forming gentle figures. You see a bird of fire, wings spread wide. It hovers for a moment, then folds itself into ash, only to rise again brighter than before. The fire shows you the truth. Nothing is ever lost. Every fall is followed by rising. Every shadow is followed by light. The fire shifts once more, this time becoming a tree. Its trunk glows like glowing coals. Its branches spark like torches, and its leaves shimmer like lanterns hanging in the night. The fire tree breathes slowly, each flame a pulse of life. And in that tree you see the heart itself, rooted, burning, alive. Strong yet gentle, enduring yet tender. The fire does not frighten. It teaches. It shows that to be alive is to carry light and shadow together, to burn with love, to soften with compassion, to let the flames of wisdom reveal the paths forward. You close your eyes and the warmth deepens. You feel as though you are sitting not beside the fire, but within it. Yet you are not harmed. You are embraced. Every part of you glows with quiet light. The hidden corners of your heart, long darkened, are now illuminated. You see yourself clearly, and in that vision you are at peace. The night continues. The fire burns steady. It does not fade, for its purpose is eternal. But you begin to drift, as though the flames themselves are guiding you into rest. Their light grows softer, more distant, like lanterns carried away on a river. The warmth lingers, but it no longer pulls at you. It only holds you. The circle of fire becomes a single flame. The single flame becomes a single spark. And the spark floats upward, joining the stars above. You breathe deeply, your chest rising and falling like the rhythm of the fire. You are calm. You are safe. You are whole. The ancients said that fire was the heart of the world, that every flame reflected the eternal flame within the soul. And as you drift now into the quiet of sleep, that flame rests gently inside you, soft, glowing, alive. The fire has shown you. The fire has illuminated. The fire has transformed. Now the night holds you once more. The stars return to their silence. The air grows cool and still, and you are carried deeper into dreams. Let us drift onward beyond the flames. Let the heart rest in its quiet light. Let the stars guide you into peaceful slumber. Now rest, as the fires that once glowed become embers in the dream. The dream deepens. The night is wide and unbroken. The stars above shimmer like distant bells, each one ringing without sound. You find yourself standing at the edge of a vast desert. The air is cool, though the sand beneath your feet still holds the warmth of the sun that has gone. The horizon stretches endlessly, painted in silver and quiet blue. No wind moves here. No sound rises. Only silence, endless, soft, and complete. This is the desert of forgotten deeds. It is not a place of fear. It is a place of remembrance. Here, the sands carry every choice once made, every act once left behind. They lie scattered like grains, countless and unmeasured, waiting to be seen once more. You take a step. The sand shifts gently, as though the desert breathes with you. Each footfall leaves a print that glows faintly, a mark of your journey through this quiet realm. The stars above mirror the path, guiding you forward, though the way seems endless. As you walk, the silence of the desert begins to speak, not with words, but with images carried by the drifting air. Shapes rise from the sand. At first they are faint, like ripples of heat, then clearer, glowing with pale light. You see a moment you once forgot, a small kindness, offered and then released from memory. A gesture, gentle and quiet, that once warmed another's heart. The desert holds it still, though you had let it slip away. The sands remember what the mind has set aside. The vision fades and another rises. This time, a moment of carelessness. A door left unopened. A word withheld when it could have soothed. The desert does not accuse. It only reveals, laying bare what has been covered by time. The ancients believed deserts to be places of clarity. Empty so the spirit could see. Still so the heart could hear. And here, in this silent expanse, all forgotten deeds return like whispers in the sand. The dunes roll on, gentle waves frozen in time. They shimmer under the silver of the moon. You drift between them, carried not by haste but by patience. The desert has no urgency. It waits. It watches. It remembers. You pause upon a tall dune, gazing across the endless sea of sand. Far in the distance, you see lanterns glowing faintly, set upon the desert floor. They do not flicker in wind, for no wind moves here. They shine with steady light, each one marking a deed once forgotten. As you walk toward them, you see the lanterns more clearly. One shines with the laughter you once shared. Another glows with a moment of honesty, spoken when truth was needed. Another holds the quiet sorrow of a choice made in fear. Each lantern is small, yet each burns with the weight of memory. You pass among them slowly. Their glow touches your skin, warm and forgiving. They do not cling to you. They do not burden you. They simply shine, offering their light so that you may see. The sands beneath, the lanterns begin to shift. They form patterns, circles, spirals, paths. Each movement tells a story. You understand without effort. Every action moves outward, touching what lies beyond it. Even forgotten, each deed leaves ripples, carried farther than the eye can see. You kneel upon the sand. It is cool, soft, welcoming. As your hands rest upon it, you feel the weight of the desert's patience. It holds all things without judgment. It waits for the day each soul will walk its dunes, seeing what was hidden, remembering what was lost. Above, the stars shift. They draw closer, their light falling more brightly upon the desert floor. For a moment, you feel as if the sky itself is leaning down, listening. The stars, too, remember. They have seen every step, every breath, every choice. And they shine not with accusation, but with quiet witness. The desert now begins to hum, though no sound leaves its surface. It is a vibration, deep and slow, like the heartbeat of time itself. The sand moves gently around you, swirling as if stirred by unseen hands. It carries the forgotten deeds into the air, where they dissolve into starlight. The lanterns fade, one by one, as their light is taken upward. The patterns in the sand smooth themselves, leaving only stillness once more. And you too feel lighter, for what was forgotten is no longer hidden. It has been seen. It has been released. The desert grows quieter still. The dunes stretch into eternity, yet you no longer feel the weight of their endlessness. They are not barren. They are full. They are alive with memory, waiting only to be touched by the light of awareness. You lie down upon the sand. It supports you, cradles you, cool against your skin. The stars above form a great dome, as if you rest inside a temple with no walls. The air is soft, and the silence grows deeper, wrapping around you like a gentle veil. Here, the desert of forgotten deeds becomes a place of rest. No punishment strikes. No voice condemns. Only the stillness remains, carrying clarity, carrying release. Your breath slows. Your heart softens. The sand beneath you feels like a bed of calm earth, holding you safely as you drift. The stars above grow fainter, not from leaving, but from allowing you to close your eyes. The desert continues, eternal and vast, yet you need not walk farther. For now you may rest. The forgotten has been remembered. The hidden has been revealed. The silence has spoken, and the soul is lighter. Now let the sands cradle you. Let the stars fold you into their silver light. Let the desert hold your dreams until morning comes. Let us drift onward beyond the dunes. Now rest as the desert of forgotten deeds fades into stillness. Now rest as the stars return to their quiet watch. Now rest as sleep carries you gently into peace. The dream carries you deeper. The desert sands fade and the silence shifts. Now you find yourself standing before great stone doors. They rise tall and timeless, carved with patterns of stars, rivers, and flames. The doors are half open, and a soft light glows from within. It is not the harsh light of the sun. It is the gentle glow of memory and truth. You step forward. The air grows cooler, touched with the scent of old incense and ancient cedar. The stone beneath your feet is smooth, worn by countless souls who once walked here. The doors open wider, not by your hand, but as if the hall itself has welcomed you. This is the hall of judgment. Yet here there is no fear, no thunder, no cruel voice demanding answers. Only stillness, only echoes. You enter slowly. The hall stretches endlessly, its ceiling lost in shadows. Pillars rise like trees, holding the silence between them. Lanterns hang along the walls, glowing with steady flames. Each flame is a life remembered, a story once lived. The floor is polished stone, reflecting the lantern light like water. When you walk, your steps ring softly, the sound carried far into the distance. And with every step, you hear not only your own echo, but countless others. Voices faint and gentle, drifting like wind through the pillars. These are not voices of judgment. They are reminders. They are whispers of choices once made. Each echo carries a tone, Not sharp, not harsh, but tender. A reminder, not a wound. You pause and listen. One echo drifts near, a soft laughter once shared with another soul. It rolls gently along the walls, warm and bright. Then another, the sound of a door closing, a chance left behind. It is quieter but still present, waiting to be heard. The ancients believed that all deeds become echoes. Not lost, not forgotten. They return again and again until the heart learns their music. And here in this hall, every echo joins the chorus of eternity. You walk farther. The lanterns glow more brightly now. Some shine golden, some burn with silver, some flicker with faint blue light. Each one is a memory, each one a story. When you pass them, they hum softly, as if recognizing your presence. The hall bends, leading you toward a great chamber. In its center lies a still pool of water. Above it, the lanterns gather, casting their glow upon the surface. The water reflects them all, shimmering with countless sparks of light. You step closer. The pool begins to ripple, though no wind stirs. And slowly, it shows you moments of your journey. Kindness offered, truth spoken, love given freely. They appear as gentle ripples, glowing warmly. Then other moments rise. Hesitation, words unspoken, a turning away when help was near. These appear too, but their light is not cruel. It is soft, patient, asking only to be seen. The echoes of these moments drift through the chamber. They circle gently around you, not pressing, not accusing. They are like bells rung long ago, their sound still traveling through time. And you understand, judgment here is not a punishment. It is clarity. It is the soft revealing of what has been, so the heart may grow lighter. You sit beside the pool. The stone is cool beneath you. The lanterns sway slightly, as though breathing. Their glow rests upon your shoulders, gentle and steady. And the echoes continue, flowing like water through the hall. Some echoes soothe you, filling you with warmth. Others bring a tender ache. Yet together they weave a song of life lived, choices made, paths walked. And in this song, there is no condemnation, only balance, only truth. The ancients said that when souls entered the hall of judgment, they faced not wrath, but their own echoes. They heard their laughter. They heard their silence. They heard their love and their sorrow. And in listening, they found wisdom. For what is heard is understood, and what is understood can be healed. The chamber grows quieter now. The pool becomes still once more. The lanterns hold their steady glow, watching in silence. You rise and take a step back. Your reflection lingers in the water, but it too begins to fade, blending into the greater light. You walk once more through the hall. The echoes continue, but softer now like a lullaby. Each step you take feels lighter, as though the hall has released some hidden weight. The pillars stand tall, their shadows stretching endlessly, but they no longer feel vast. They feel like guardians, holding the silence with care. The doors draw near again. The glow of the hall remains behind you, steady and timeless. The echoes follow you to the threshold, then fade into the stillness. Outside, the night sky awaits. The stars shine more brightly, as though they too have listened. You stand once more beneath their quiet light. The air is cool. The earth is steady beneath your feet. And within you rests the calm of understanding. The echoes have spoken. They have guided, not condemned. They have reminded, not punished. The night folds around you gently. The stars shimmer like lanterns hung in the heavens. And you feel yourself drifting, carried onward by the dream. The hall of judgment remains behind, yet its peace lingers within you. Now let your breath slow. Let your heart rest in the silence. Let the echoes fade into the distance, leaving only stillness. Let us drift onward, beyond the pillars and lanterns. Now rest as the hall of judgment grows quiet. Now rest as the stars return to their endless watch. Now rest as sleep carries you into deeper peace. The dream carries you onward. The heavy stone doors of the hall have closed behind you. And now the air shifts again. The silence becomes movement, tender and light. A breeze brushes against your skin, cool and fragrant. It carries the scent of blossoms, of rain before it falls, of endless skies unseen. You drift across a plain of stars. The earth is no longer beneath your feet. There is only air, only wind carrying you gently forward. Above, the heavens open, vast and calm. No storm, no lightning, only soft currents like an endless breath moving through creation. The ancients spoke of these winds. They said they were born from the sighs of the divine. Each breath given by eternity carried a lesson, a reminder, a gentle correction. Never harsh, never cruel, only soft, like a hand guiding a child. As you float, the winds gather around you. They are not loud. They do not push. They circle you with patience, lifting you higher, supporting every step of your spirit. Your body grows lighter. Your thoughts loosen their weight. The winds begin to whisper. At first, they sound like rustling leaves in a forest, soft, scattered, drifting past your ear. But as you listen, you begin to hear meaning. Not words in any tongue you know, but impressions that flow directly into your heart. A lesson is spoken, but it feels more like a memory. It reminds you rather than tells you. The first wind drifts low and warm. It carries the voice of kindness. It shows the tender beauty of moments when compassion was chosen. A hand reaching out. A smile given when silence could have stayed. The wind swirls around you, filling you with warmth as though sunlight rests within your chest. And then it moves onward quiet, leaving only its trace of calm. Another wind arrives, cooler, almost sharp. Yet it does not harm. It brushes against you like mountain air, reminding you of paths once walked in haste. It shows moments when words were spoken quickly, when choices were rushed. The air carries no scolding, only clarity. It cools your skin, settles into your breath, and then moves away. You are lighter for having felt it. High above, a softer current drifts down. It feels like moonlight turned into air. It carries the sound of laughter, shared, forgotten, and remembered again. This wind is gentle correction not through sorrow, but through joy. It reminds you that even the smallest spark of light can ripple through eternity. It lingers a little longer, circling like a lullaby, before flowing back into the endless sky. The winds weave together, each with its own voice, its own lesson. They do not argue. They do not rush. They flow like rivers, joining into one sea. Every soul that passes through these heavenly plains feels them. Every soul is carried not by punishment, but by balance. The winds guide, shape, and soothe. Far in the distance, you see banners of light unfurling. They hang in the sky like streams of silk, shimmering with colors beyond sight. Each banner moves with the wind, rising and falling in rhythm with the breath of eternity. You drift closer, and the banners begin to sing. The sound is not of voices, but of currents. A harmony of breezes, sighs, and whispers, all blending together. It is music woven from correction and care. The ancients said that the stars themselves leaned closer to listen when the wind sang. The banners of light move gently, teaching without a word, showing how even correction can be beauty. You pause in their glow. The air holds you still, weightless, safe. The banners ripple, and the winds shape their patterns. One banner folds inward, reminding you of humility. Another stretches far outward, reminding you of generosity. Another sways slowly, reminding you of patience. Each motion is a lesson. Each breath of wind is a reminder. The correction here is never forced. It is like the way a river smooths stone, not in one instant but across endless years. It is the way the moon shapes tides, not by striking them, but by drawing them gently. It is the way the wind itself has shaped mountains, soft and slow. So too are souls guided here. You close your eyes. The winds swirl around you, cool and warm, steady and soft. You feel your heart settle into their rhythm. Each breath you take is lifted by them, carried farther, made lighter. You breathe out, and the winds accept what you release. You breathe in, and the winds return peace to you. Time does not move here. There is no hourglass, no setting sun, only the steady flow of air. Souls may rest here for moments or for ages. The winds are patient. They do not hurry. They wait until the heart is ready to move on. At last you sense a change. The winds begin to ease. Their voices grow softer, fading like the end of a song. The banners of light fold slowly, returning to stillness. The sky remains wide, but the currents grow quiet. You feel yourself descending gently, as though carried back to the ground of dreams. Your feet touch soft earth again. The air is still, yet you carry the memory of its movement. Your heart feels lighter, your breath steadier. The winds have touched you, and their lessons remain. You look upward once more. The sky glows with distant stars. They seem closer now, as though they too listen to the wind's teaching. The banners have vanished, but the memory of their music lingers. The night is quiet, yet full of unseen care. You begin to walk slowly. Each step feels calm, as though the ground itself breathes beneath you. You carry no burden, for the winds have already lifted what was heavy. You carry no confusion, for the breezes have already shown the way. There is only stillness now, and the memory of gentle correction. The ancients believed that souls who passed through the celestial winds learned balance that could not be taught by words alone. They learned it in the body, in the heart, in the breath itself. And when they moved on, they carried with them a calmness that shone like light. The night around you grows deeper. The stars wheel slowly, keeping watch. The air is soft and still. You feel yourself drifting once more, as though carried again, not by wind but by sleep. The winds have spoken. They have guided, corrected, and soothed. They remain always, moving through the heavens, shaping the unseen. Now rest. Let the celestial currents fade into silence. Let the breath of eternity become your own. Let us drift onward, beyond the winds, toward what waits next in the dream. Now rest as the banners of light fold away. Now rest as the stars return to their endless watch. Now rest as sleep carries you deeper into peace. The dream carries you onward. The winds that once lifted your spirit now grow still. The sky above remains vast, yet the air changes, thickening with fragrance. It is the fragrance of blossoms, of wet soil, of leaves touched by dew. You take a gentle step, and beneath your feet, soft ground welcomes you. The earth is no longer barren. You have entered a garden. It is not like any garden of the world. No walls mark its edges. No gate holds it closed. It stretches endlessly, a landscape woven with trees, flowers, streams, and quiet stones. Above it all, a pale light glows, not from the sun, not from the moon, but from something beyond both. A tender celestial light that never fades, never burns, only soothes. Here souls wander slowly. They are not hurried. They do not hide. Each step is calm, each glance gentle, as though time itself has grown patient in this place. The ancients said such gardens existed in the realms of the spirit. They believed that after the winds of correction had passed, the soul must enter stillness, so that lessons might root and blossom. And so the garden of quiet reflection was spoken of, half myth, half promise, but always remembered. As you walk, the path bends softly, leading you deeper. It is paved not with stone, but with moss. The moss glows faintly, as though tiny embers of starlight have settled into the earth. The air is cool, but never cold. Somewhere in the distance, water flows, a steady, clear sound like a lullaby sung by the earth. Birds move gently between branches, not birds of flesh, but of light. Their feathers shimmer like glass touched by dawn. They do not cry loudly. They sing only soft notes, each one falling like a drop into the silence. Their song is not meant to stir, but to remind. Every soul who walks here carries the weight of their deeds. And yet within this garden, the weight does not crush. It is made light like soil beneath rain, ready for seeds of wisdom. Punishment here is not sharp. It is tender. It is the quiet ache of understanding. It is the slow unfolding of memory into meaning. You pause beside a pool of still water. Its surface reflects not the trees around it, but the heart within you. Not as it is seen by others, but as it truly is. You gaze, and you see ripples of kindness you once offered, drifting outward, touching places far away. You see also the shadows of moments missed, when words could have healed but remained unspoken. Yet the water does not judge. It only reflects. It invites you to look, to breathe, to accept. You step onward. A grove of tall trees rises before you. Their trunks are wide, their roots deep, their crowns stretching into unseen heights. Each tree hums faintly, as though filled with hidden music. As you rest your hand upon one, you feel stories moving within it. Stories of choices made, both gentle and heavy. The tree does not resist them. It accepts them into its wood, turning each into rings of growth. In this way, the garden teaches. All things can become growth if they are faced with patience. Further along, a stream flows. Its waters are clear, carrying no mud, no weight. Souls sit along its banks, their eyes lowered, their faces calm. They dip their hands into the stream, and as they lift the water, the light within it clings to their skin. The stream does not cleanse by force. It only reminds that letting go is possible. Its current shows the way. You kneel beside it. The sound of its flowing fills your ears. It is steady like breath. The ancients said such streams were born from the tears of the divine, tears not of anger, but of endless compassion. Every drop is a reminder that to err is to be human, and to be guided is to be loved. The path continues. A gentle arch of branches rises above, their leaves trembling with faint light. As you walk beneath, you feel each leaf release a soft memory. One touches your shoulder, an act of patience you once gave. Another brushes your cheek, a word of kindness you once received. They fall like blessings, small, tender, and true. The garden is not silent. It breathes. Its air hums with the wisdom of ages. And yet it never forces itself upon you. It waits as soil waits for a seed, as a tree waits for spring. It lets the soul choose when to listen, when to rest, when to bloom. You wander to a quiet meadow. The grass sways slowly, though no wind stirs. In the center stands a lantern, tall and still. It burns with no flame, no smoke. Its light is steady, calm, eternal. The souls who pass here sit before the lantern, not to pray, not to ask, but to remember. The lantern holds no answers. It only shines, and in its shining, the soul sees more clearly. You rest before it. The light does not blind. It falls over you like the touch of dawn, soft and warm. You feel yourself opening, like a flower to the morning. Thoughts pass through you, but none disturb. They flow, they settle, they become still. The ancients believed this lantern, was the heart of the garden. They said it was born of a star that fell, not in anger but in mercy. Its light was never meant to punish. It was meant to reveal. And in its glow, all beings could see their own path clearer than before. You sit until time itself seems to dissolve. The garden does not measure hours. It only measures breath, step, heartbeat. And when you rise again, the lantern remains behind, unchanged, waiting for others who will come. The path bends once more. A hill rises, covered in small flowers. Each flower glows faintly, like a candle shielded by glass. You walk among them, and they seem to lean toward you as though listening. These blossoms carry the voices of those you once touched in life. Not their faces, not their words, only the quiet warmth of connection. Some glow brighter, some softer, but none are lost. The garden remembers them all. As you move beyond the hill, the garden begins to fade into mist. The trees grow distant. The blossoms dim. The stream is heard no more. And yet, what it has given remains within you. The lessons have taken root. The light has entered the soil of your being. The ancient said soul left this garden carrying seeds. Not heavy burdens, not harsh scars, seeds. And when those souls walked onward into other realms, the seeds would bloom. Some into forgiveness, some into patience, some into love, each according to what had been learned in stillness. Now the garden drifts behind you. The mist carries you forward. You step softly, no longer burdened but held. The celestial light still lingers in your chest, warm, unshaken. The stars above wheel slowly, watching, waiting. The night deepens, calm and unbroken. And you drift onward, lighter, quieter, more at peace. Now rest. Rest as the lantern still burns in silence. Rest as the blossoms keep their gentle watch. Rest as the garden's lessons continue to bloom within you. Let us drift onward, toward the next realm carried by calm. Now rest as the stars return. Now rest as the dream deepens. Beneath the endless sky, where night spreads her dark velvet robe, the stars appear like ancient lanterns, lit by unseen hands. Each one glimmers softly, patient and still, casting their delicate threads of light across the sleeping world. It is here, under this celestial canopy, that the wandering souls find themselves drifting. The ground beneath them is cool and tender, a quiet meadow stretching into forever, where shadows move gently, like ink flowing in water. The shadows are not harsh nor frightening. They are soft reminders, shapes drawn from memory, whispers of choices once made. As the souls rest beneath the starlight, these shadows rise beside them, not to judge, but to guide. Each shadow is a reflection, a trace of something left behind, a word spoken, an act remembered, a path chosen. The stars shine above, while the shadows walk beside, and together they weave the story of a life. The night is calm. A soft wind drifts through the meadow, carrying with it the fragrance of unseen blossoms. Their scent is gentle, like jasmine in bloom, mingling with the coolness of the air. Somewhere in the distance, a river hums its low song, steady and deep. The sound blends with the rhythm of the heart, as if the water itself carries the beat of time. The souls do not fear this place. They move slowly, each step light upon the grass, while the shadows stretch and bend in the moonlight. Some shadows are long and flowing, like cloaks trailing behind. Others are small and fragile, like leaves caught in the wind. Each one has a story, and under the vast sky, all are welcome. High above, the stars shine brighter. In many traditions, stars are seen as eyes of the divine, watching with love, never closing, never turning away. They gaze not with judgment, but with tenderness, like parents watching their children learn, stumble, and grow. Their light does not burn. It soothes, wrapping the souls in warmth, like a blanket woven from silence. The meadow deepens into a valley, and the souls wander downward, where pools of silver light gather. Here, the shadows soften further. They lean over the pools like gentle figures peering into water. In those mirrored surfaces, reflections appear not of faces but of moments. A child helping another to rise, a hand offering bread, a word that once comforted. And beside them too appear heavier moments, a tear ignored, a promise broken, a silence that lingered when words were needed. The souls look and the shadows ripple with them, yet no punishment falls, no harsh voice speaks, only the stars steady above and the water humming below. In this place the lesson is gentle, every act casts a shadow, and every shadow has its place beneath the stars. Some shadows sway softly like dancers in a slow circle. These belong to acts of kindness, of patience, of quiet love. Their movements are light, almost musical, and they bring peace to those who see them. Other shadows move more heavily, like figures carrying burdens. Yet even these are not cruel. They simply remind, showing the soul the weight of choices and how the ripples of action drift far beyond the moment. The night deepens and the stars grow more radiant as though leaning closer. In many myths, stars are said to hold the voices of ancestors or the whispers of spirits guiding the living. And here, beneath their glow, the souls begin to hear faint echoes. They are not loud, not sharp, but soft as breath. A mother's blessing, a friend's laughter, the gentle call of someone long gone. The shadows listen too, swaying in rhythm with the sound as if they too are comforted by memory. The souls move onward, finding a grove where tall trees reach up like silent towers. Their trunks gleam faintly under the moonlight, and their leaves shimmer, catching pieces of starlight in their veins. Beneath these trees, shadows gather thicker, but not in fear. They gather like pilgrims, resting in the cool shelter, waiting for understanding to bloom. Here, the souls learn that shadows are not enemies. They are companions, walking hand in hand with the light. A star cannot shine without the night around it. A choice cannot exist without the silence that holds it. Light and shadow are threads of the same fabric, woven across the heavens. To walk beneath the stars is to walk with both, in balance, in peace. The air grows still. The grove seems to breathe slowly, each leaf rising and falling as though the trees themselves are alive with the night. The souls sit upon the grass, letting their shadows curl around them like gentle pets at rest. Together they gaze upward where the Milky Way stretches, a river of stars across the sky. It flows endlessly, carrying with it the memory of countless souls, each one a spark of light, each one a shadow, drifting together in the vastness. A sense of calm settles deeply. The souls no longer move, for there is nowhere to rush. The night itself is infinite. Time does not press here. The shadows, too, grow softer, folding back into the earth, leaving behind only a faint glow, as though even shadows have light hidden within. The stars hum, a sound too gentle for words, yet strong enough to touch the heart. It is the sound of forgiveness, of acceptance, of release. Every shadow, no matter how heavy, is bathed in this sound until it melts into stillness. The souls, once burdened by memory, feel lighter, as if their steps have been lifted by unseen wings. The night sky stretches on, and the souls understand. Shadows are only passing shapes, teaching gently and then fading away. What remains forever is the light of the stars. Now the meadow is quiet again. The river hums in the distance. The trees sigh with their silver leaves, and above, the sky waits patiently, eternal and kind. The souls drift slowly, returning to the soft grass where they can rest once more. Their shadows curl beside them, no longer reminders of weight, but companions of peace. And as the listener, too, lies beneath their own invisible sky, eyes closed, heart slowing, the same lesson whispers to them. Every shadow in life, every memory is softened beneath the stars. Nothing is lost. Nothing is cast away. All becomes part of the night, part of the great, endless story. So let the stars shine gently above. Let the shadows rest quietly below. Let the river hum, the trees breathe, the meadow hold you. The night is wide and safe and endless. Let us drift onward into deeper stillness. Now rest as the stars return. Night folds softly over the horizon. The sky glimmers with its jeweled crown, and the world exhales in silence. Far beneath the stars, in a realm untouched by time, stand temples carved from light. Their walls glow with a gentle radiance, not blinding but soothing, as though the stones themselves remember the dawn and release its warmth into the night. The souls arrive quietly, moving as though carried by a breath of wind. They step upon smooth pathways of pale stone, polished by countless steps before them. The air is filled with the faint scent of sandalwood and the sweetness of unseen blossoms. Bells sound in the distance, not loud but like ripples of silver threading through the stillness. Each tone lingers, wrapping the heart in calm. The temples rise high, yet they do not feel heavy. Their spires stretch into the sky, slender as prayer itself. Within their walls, silence is alive, not emptiness, but fullness, like a vast ocean holding every wave. The souls cross the threshold and the air inside changes. It cools and yet glows like moonlight spread across still water. Here, light moves as a teacher. It bends, it shimmers, it reveals. Every corner holds a quiet lesson. Carvings line the walls, not sharp or rigid, but flowing like rivers of memory etched into stone. They tell stories older than words, of kindness offered, of pride softened, of mistakes turned gently into growth. The souls trace the carvings with their eyes, and slowly they begin to see their own journeys reflected. The temples are not places of punishment. They are places of remembering. Yet remembering can feel heavy, and so each lesson is wrapped in light so that even sorrow glows with meaning. A soul may see a moment of anger like a dark knot upon the wall, yet around it light weaves, showing the tenderness that might have been and the path that could have healed. The soul does not fall into despair. Instead, it leans into understanding, as one leans into the warmth of a fire on a cold night. High above, lanterns hang in the air, though no cords bind them. They float gently, spheres of gold, swaying as if stirred by invisible hands. Their glow falls in circles on the temple floor, each circle like a pool of reflection. When a soul steps into one, the light rises and shapes itself into a vision. These visions are soft and slow, never rushed. A soul may see the laughter of a child they once comforted, or they may see a face turned away in sorrow when they themselves turned aside. Yet the visions are never cruel. They are like pages in a book of learning, opened with patience. Each lantern teaches through light, shadows softened, choices illuminated, hearts opened. The souls watch and they understand, and the temple holds them gently while they learn. Deeper within the temple, chambers open like petals. Each one holds a different lesson. In one, a fountain sings. Its waters fall not with force, but with delicate streams, like silver threads unraveling into a pool. When a soul leans close, the water reflects the harmony of moments they once gave, the times they listened, the times they forgave. The fountain's song is their song, carried back to them, reminding them of their power to bring peace. In another chamber, torches line the walls, their flames steady and calm. But these flames are not fire. They are woven light, soft as silk. When a soul touches the glow, warmth fills them, and they see the times when courage was needed, times when fear was present, but still, a step was taken forward. The light honors these moments, bowing to the bravery that often goes unseen. There is also a hall of shadows, though even here the shadows are tender. They stretch long like soft brushstrokes across stone. In this chamber, souls see the weight of their choices, the moments that brought pain. Yet the shadows do not scold. They move with grace, showing how each act has ripples, flowing outward like circles upon a pond. The souls watch, and they feel the ache of those ripples. But then the stars painted on the temple ceiling begin to shine brighter, showing how even ripples fade, blending into the wider sea. In this way, sorrow is not a chain, but a teacher. The temples hold no end. Their passages wind gently, leading from lesson to lesson, always with calm, never with haste. The air itself feels alive with compassion, as if the walls, the floors, the very stones are breathing forgiveness. Souls wander as long as they need, moving like leaves carried by a soft stream. No one rushes them. No one presses them. The temples are eternal, patient as the stars. Sometimes in the quiet of a chamber, a soul hears music, not from instruments, but from the walls themselves, humming low. The music rises like incense, soft and fragrant, drifting through every corner. It reminds them of lullabies sung long ago, of prayers whispered in secret, of the sound of wind in tall grass. The music gathers the soul's memories, both tender and heavy, and cradles them together until even pain feels wrapped in love. Beyond the inner halls lies a garden, hidden within the heart of the temple. Here the air glows with golden dust, like sunlight caught in perpetual dawn. Trees rise with silver bark and leaves like emerald flame. The ground is soft with moss, cool under the touch. Birds of light drift through the air, their wings leaving faint trails as though painting blessings across the sky. In this garden, lessons grow like blossoms. Souls walk among them, brushing their hands across petals that shimmer with memories. Each flower blooms from a single act of life, a kindness given, a sorrow carried, a choice made. Some blossoms glow brightly, filling the garden with warmth. Others are dim, yet still alive, waiting for care. The souls lean close and the flowers lean back, whispering the truth that every choice, every shadow, every spark of light belongs to the same garden. Here, the souls find peace. They sit beside the luminous trees, watching their shadows melt into the soft grass. The stars above shine through the open sky of the temple roof, casting gentle rivers of silver down upon the garden. Light and shadow, sorrow and joy, all rest together, like roots and branches woven into one. As time drifts on, the souls rise once more. They return to the glowing halls, to the fountains, the lanterns, the gentle music. They leave behind no burden, for the temple has gathered it, softened it, and turned it into wisdom. Each step they take grows lighter, as though their very being is becoming a lantern of its own. The temples of luminous lessons stand forever. Their light does not fade, their doors never close. They wait for every soul, patient as the night, kind as the stars. And in their glow, all punishments become teachings, and all teachings become love. Now the night draws deeper. The bells sound again in the distance, slow and soft, fading like ripples upon water. The souls drift out of the temple gates, their shadows calm, their hearts wrapped in quiet. Above them, the sky opens wide and the stars shine down, eternal and forgiving. Let the temples remain behind, standing in their radiant stillness. Let the souls carry their lessons forward, glowing as they go. Let the night hold you, gentle and vast. And now let us drift onward, into silence, into rest. Now rest as the stars return. The night is calm, wrapped in a veil of silver. The stars shine softly above, like gentle eyes watching from the heavens. Below their steady glow, a mountain rises, tall and timeless. Its slopes are not jagged or fierce. They are smooth, worn by ages, softened by mist and moonlight. The mountain waits, patient as eternity, for the souls that come to climb. At its base, the air is hushed. A breeze stirs the grass, carrying the scent of pine and cool stone. A stream flows nearby, its waters so clear they seem like liquid crystal, whispering softly as they pass over smooth rocks. The sound is like a lullaby, steady and kind. Every ripple seems to say, begin gently, begin slowly. Souls gather here, standing at the foot of the quiet mountain. They feel no pressure, no command to rush. The mountain does not demand, it simply waits, and so they take their first step. The path upward is wide and even, worn smooth by countless journeys before them. Lanterns of pale fire float along the way, their glow steady and calm, like companions to guide the climb. Each step feels different than the last, not in weight but in meaning. The mountain seems to carry memory in its stones. When a soul places its foot upon the earth, the ground responds with a whisper. Sometimes it is the memory of a kind word spoken long ago. Sometimes it is the echo of a harsh choice. The mountain does not accuse, nor does it praise. It simply reflects, like still water mirroring the sky. The climb is not harsh. The slope rises gently, as though the mountain wishes to encourage, not test. Mist gathers around the path, soft as silk, curling and folding with each breath of wind. Within the mist, shapes sometimes appear, images from life, moments of tenderness, moments of neglect. They drift close, then fade as if the mountain shows them not to burden but to remind. Higher and higher the souls move and the air grows clearer. The stars seem nearer, their light sharper and more direct. Each one sparkles like a small flame of memory. It is said among the ancients that stars are the lanterns of choices, each glowing forever in the fabric of time. On this mountain, the souls see the truth of that. They feel how every act, every word, ripples outward, carried on winds they never noticed. As the climb continues, the mountain teaches through silence. No voice speaks, no figure instructs. Yet the lessons are everywhere in the weight of the stones, in the coolness of the air, in the rhythm of each breath. Responsibility here is not heavy with fear. It is quiet, like a cloak resting on the shoulders. It steadies the soul. It balances the steps. At times, the path narrows. Souls must slow, place their feet carefully, and lean into balance. These places remind them of the fragile moments in life, times when choices carried great weight. Yet even here, the lanterns glow brighter, showing the way. Each soul learns that balance is not about never falling. It is about stepping with care, listening to the stillness beneath. Along the way, stones carved with ancient symbols rest at the edge of the path. Some hold the shape of open hands, reminding souls of generosity. Others show the curve of a bird in flight, a symbol of freedom found in truth. Each stone hums softly when passed, as though alive, holding the memory of all who once climbed this way. Midway up the mountain, a plateau opens wide. The ground levels and the path pauses. Here, a great tree grows, tall and glowing faintly in the moonlight. Its roots grip the stone, strong and unshaken, while its branches spread toward the stars. Beneath the tree, a pool lies still. Its surface reflects not the sky above, but the soul that gazes into it. Each traveler sees themselves here, not only as they are, but as they have been and as they may become. The reflection is gentle. It shows laughter given freely and also silence that once wounded. It shows strength shared and times when fear led to turning away. Yet the water does not judge. It holds every image with equal calm, like a mother holding her child. Souls linger here, looking deeply, letting the truth of themselves settle like soft rain upon their being. Then when they are ready, they rise again, and the climb continues. Past the tree, the air grows thinner, but not with strain. Instead, it feels pure, clear, filled with a quiet strength. The lanterns float closer now, their light steady, guiding each step. Shadows fall away, and the stars above shine with greater clarity. The mountain's silence deepens, but within that silence there is comfort, like being wrapped in endless night. At last, after long and patient steps, the souls reach the summit. It is not a sharp peak, but a wide, flat space open to the sky. From here, the world stretches endlessly in every direction. Rivers gleam like silver threads below. Valleys rest in soft shadow. The stars above seem almost within reach, vast and eternal. In the center of the summit stands a circle of stones. They are tall, smooth, and glowing faintly with inner light. Within the circle, the ground is covered in soft grass, cool and fragrant. Souls step into the circle, and the mountain releases its final teaching. A hush deeper than any silence falls. Within this stillness, each soul feels the gentle weight of their life. Not as a chain, not as a burden, but as a truth. Every act, every choice, every breath belongs to them, and yet they are not crushed by it. The mountain holds them, steady and kind. Accountability is not punishment. It is simply knowing, and through knowing, finding peace. Some souls weep here, their tears falling like dew upon the grass. Others smile softly, their faces glowing in the starlight. All feel lighter, as though the climb has placed balance within them. The mountain has given them nothing but truth, and truth itself has become a comfort. Above, the stars shimmer, their light trembling like voices across eternity. The souls understand they are part of this vast weaving, this endless sky. Their choices echo, their kindness glows, their shadows too are woven into the whole. There is no fear in this knowledge, only calm. When the time comes to descend, the mountain does not hold them. It lets them go gently, as the dawn lets go of night. The path downward is softer, easier, as though the mountain itself blesses their steps. The lanterns drift lower, guiding them back to the base, where the stream still sings and the grass sways in the breeze. The souls carry the mountain within them now. They walk lighter, with balance in their hearts. The memory of the summit glows like a flame that will not fade, and the mountain remains, quiet and eternal, waiting patiently for those who will come after, ready to teach again through silence and light. The night deepens, the stars hold steady, the mountain rests and the souls drift into peace. Let us drift onward, carried by quiet winds. Now rest as the stars return. Night rests upon the world like a silken veil. The sky stretches wide, an endless canvas of stars, painted in soft silver and blue. The air is hushed, carrying only the quiet breath of wind that drifts through the branches of ancient trees. In this hour, when time slows and shadows lengthen, the spirit prepares for its gentle return. This is the twilight of the soul, the place where lessons dissolve into peace, where all journeys find their stillness. The path begins beneath a canopy of fading light. The horizon glows faintly, as if the sun has left behind a final whisper of gold. Every step is soft upon the earth, as though the ground itself welcomes the traveler back. There is no hurry, no weight of demand, only the calm rhythm of movement, steady and quiet. The spirit moves onward, not with the rush of day, but with the grace of night. Each footfall feels like a prayer, each breath like a song too delicate to be spoken aloud. The mountains, once sharp against the sky, now appear softened, wrapped in veils of mist. They stand not as obstacles, but as guardians tall and patient, watching with kindness. As the soul drifts closer, temples of memory begin to glow along the hillside. Their stones shimmer faintly, touched by moonlight, carrying stories of ages past. Every column, every carved figure, whispers of lessons once given and once received. These temples are not places of judgment, but of remembrance. They hold the balance of justice not as punishment, but as harmony. Here, each mistake is not a wound, but a lantern. Every error is gently reshaped into wisdom, shining softly to guide the way home. The spirit lingers at the steps of one such temple. The stone is cool beneath its touch, smooth and worn by centuries of devotion. Torches flicker along the walls, not with fire, but with a pale, golden light that seems to live without flame. This is a light that does not burn. It comforts. It embraces. It reveals without scolding. Inside, the halls echo with a sound like distant water. Soft currents of memory ripple here, each carrying a story of the soul's path. Voices rise and fade like winds across the sea, gentle, soothing, patient. They do not accuse. They simply remind. The journey continues deeper, past carved doors and silent courtyards. There a pool rests at the heart of the temple, its surface still as glass. The spirit kneels beside it, gazing down. But the reflection is not of the face it once knew. It is of all the lives it has touched. A child smiling, an elder blessed with kindness, a stranger lifted by a word once spoken. Even moments once forgotten return here, painted across the water in soft, glowing images. And when shadows appear in the pool, when hurt or neglect is shown, they do not rise to accuse. They are met with gentle music, as if the temple itself reminds. Even sorrow can be turned into light. Even mistakes, when seen with openness, become seeds of compassion. The soul breathes deeply, though breath no longer belongs to it. In that breath, it understands. The journey was never about perfection. It was about balance. It was about learning to hold both shadow and light with the same gentle hands. Outside the temple, the night deepens further. The moon rises higher, silver and steady, casting its calm glow across the valley. The spirit follows the path upward, toward the higher ridges. Here the air grows thinner, lighter, filled with clarity. Every step feels like shedding. Every step feels like release. On the summit, a circle of ancient stones stands waiting. Each stone hums faintly, alive with memory. They are not walls. They are openings. They are gateways of return. As the spirit steps within, the circle begins to glow. Stars overhead lean closer, their light descending like soft rain. The earth below steadies, the sky above welcomes. It is the place where all things converge, where endings are woven into beginnings. Here, the soul understands the quiet truth. Divine justice is not harsh. It is not a chain, nor a burden. It is balance, gentle and sure. It is the slow unfolding of wisdom, the way night unfolds into dawn. In this twilight, the spirit does not cling. It simply drifts, like a leaf upon still water. Every lesson, every memory rests within it, glowing softly, no longer heavy. The mountains no longer seem tall. The valleys no longer seem deep. All is level. All is calm. All is whole. The stars above are countless, yet they move as one. Each light is a reminder that no soul is alone. Every being is part of a greater sky, shining together, guiding each other's return. The spirit lifts, not upward nor downward, but inward. It moves into the quiet heart of itself. There it finds the eternal sanctuary, a temple not made of stone, not lit by torches, but alive within. This temple is endless. This temple is home. And so the twilight deepens. The winds soften into silence. The mountains fade into the embrace of the sky. The soul rests, carried gently, its journey whole. Let the listener rest as well. Let the lessons of the day dissolve into calm. Let the stars above remind of safety, of order, of peace. Now drift onward, like the spirit returning home. Now rest as the twilight cradles you. Now close your eyes as the stars return.